Todo Wafi Weekly, our new weekly streaming where we discuss the latest news, some chisme, and a whole lot more. Um, Good to have you guys here. It's been a while since we actually done anything live and online.
Yeah,
It's
man,
been
it's
a
been a while.
while.
I'm actually curious how this goes. This is our very first one of these guys, so just deal with us.
Bro.
If you're on YouTube, you're probably seeing it. If you're on LinkedIn, you're probably seeing it. But this is just kind of our weekly show, just to kind of talk about some stuff that we're going to be doing, and also some stuff that are taking place. We're actually going to start with the Latin Grammys. Um, we had the top winner once again, my boy Bad Bunny, taking home 5 awards. Album of the
As he should.
year,
As
Debí
he
Tirar Más
should.
Fotos. He took it out. Best Urban Album, Best Urban Music Performance, and Best Urban Song. Catriel and Paco Amoroso also won 5 awards, including Best Alternative Music Album for Papota, Best Alternative Song, Best Pop Song, and both Best Short from Music Video and Best Long Form Music Video. I don't even know what the hell. I guess they created a short version and a long version versus. So,
Short
um,
form, large form, I
yeah,
guess.
short form, live form, they do it all kinds of forms now. It can't just be a music video anymore. But of course, as it is with everything that has to do um, with the Latin Grammys, there's controversies. So, Joby, I'm gonna let you be the joy kill or the killjoy to all
Ooh,
of this. What what is
Yeah,
what
what
is going
happened?
on with the Latin
Update me,
Grammys
please.
this time?
I just documenting, okay? Ever been a creator? Yes, there's always controversy. Well, I would say that the show actually, I didn't watch it, but I will have a highlight. There's a controversy because we have and I'm gonna do maybe an early plug into the show because there's an article that I actually wrote about industrial implants about a rapper that now reggaeton has been changing, and now we're getting Afro beats and other sounds. And it will be nice for anyone that is in the industry to know where it came from, where we're at, and where we're going with that. But anyways, if you want to check out the article, todowafi.com, you can check it out. So that's the
She's like, check it
plug.
out. It's right there. It's
Check it
available.
out. And, yeah, so because we have learned lately that Rosalia, that actually started with reggaeton. Now she decided to switch genres. She's like, okay, I made it here. I'm gonna do something else. I'm like, okay. I don't know. What are your thoughts, guys? Because it's like you start with one gender. I made it this far, and now I'm gonna do something else. Why?
I mean, I don't know. I feel like that's not a big deal to me. I think like musicians always kind of transition depending on what their feel is like. Like there's a lot of people who started off like pop, who went into certain different things. To be honest with you, like people like Miley and all these people do it all the time. We don't give a shit about it. Like why is it that when Latinos
Well,
decide to do it,
from
like
country
I mean,
to
but they
pop
still got
music.
crap for it.
yeah, but I mean I don't think her change. I think part of being an artist is you get to experiment with the craft. And so like for instance, you saw Beyonce go into country. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah.
Like I think that if we're going to sit there and hold everybody to a standard, I think that, musicians are probably one of the very few that can kind of sample out different things, cuz we're not saying anything about that with Carol G. She's a la reggaeton, and then all of a sudden you're seeing her, trying like a Caribbean vibe and stuff like that. So I mean, I don't know. I feel like we're trying to grab onto something that just doesn't really
Oh,
doesn't
you know
really
what? I just feel
matter
like
there.
people in general are just trying to start drama. Because I did hear that with Rosalia. They're like, well, she's not Latina. She's not from Latin America. She's from Spain. So she's Spaniard. So they're saying she should just stick to what she normally does in the beginning when she started, coming up as an artist. And I lately, like, I've been seeing like TikToks or like reels and stuff like that where people are like just like bashing on her, bashing on her. I'm just like, damn, people are very cruel out there. Like, and you have a point. Like for Miley Cyrus, she went, to explore other type of genres, and I didn't hear people complain about it. So why is it that with Rosalia, they're getting giving her crap for it? So
Hold on. So
it's interesting how people's mind.
I'm gonna bring in Evie into the conversation, so that way she can kind of throw her 2 cents, because I see that you and I we're kind of on the same page. So So Evie's joined over
Evie.
here.
Hi.
Hey.
We were sitting there talking about Rosalia and the fact that she went from um,
Reggaeton
from
to
reggaeton to
Ballad,
experiment to like
something
pop
different.
ballad.
Yeah.
And for us, it doesn't seem
She doesn't
like a
love
big
that.
deal. But what do you think?
For me, it seemed like it's kind of like her gateway of like getting into music. Here's my issue with her. It feels like using Latina culture as like an in, and it's very much like that colonizer mindset. Like, let's be real, and like a lot of things she's done is like sparked that for me. So I think she did that, and now that she has her in, she's like doing all the stuff she used to, which is fine. She went to prestigious school for music. Like her first album was her thesis. Like I get it, but then like I think that combined with the things she said about like Bad Bunny and all that, like to me, I don't like it. It's really screaming like conquistador. I don't like that attitude.
The conquistador,
You
the
see,
That's
colonizer
what
effect.
it is.
So we
That's
were
nice.
talking.
What it
What
is.
Alex and I were talking about is that I think musicians and actors just kind of have a little bit of a leverage to be able to just kind of experiment with different things, considering the fact that it's a part of the craft. So musicians aren't shouldn't be limited, like per se, to just one area just because that's what they started off as. Now, obviously, with Rosalia it's a little different because she's from Spain technically, is right. So it's different than when we talk about Carol G and stuff like that. But I personally feel that they're entitled to experiment with that craft as long as they're staying within the limits of that craft, if that makes sense. So we were talking about, like, for instance, like Beyonce, who spent her whole time in R&B and has decided, I'm gonna go ahead and fiddle um with country in that aspect. And obviously the fans of that specific country, like, that specific genre, will determine whether or not the person's accepted or not. But we also have like Carol G, who is reggaeton based and also decided, hey, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and tap into the Caribbean side of things. So I just feel like, I don't know. I feel like we're making it something more than what it is. Just, I think if she was appropriating like some type of culture or something like that, that I would feel like if she was definitely doing that. Now I know you have your feels about it, Evie, but
Me,
I feel like with it, she's still within the construct of the art, is what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's not going ahead and dabbing into some stuff that's like heavier than that. That's just my thoughts.
I mean, music all comes from somewhere, right? Like everyone's kind of influenced by everything. A little like, you could say, Caribbean music comes back to like African beats, and you can kind of say a lot of things are interconnected. But I think it's fine to experiment with other things. It's just a matter of like having the respect when you do it. And when she talks about it, I feel like she ain't got the respect.
lost you. That
Can't hear you.
Rafa, I wish we can hear what you're saying.
Oh,
I
I'm
know.
saying, does she give credit to the art? That's the biggest thing. Is like, does she turn around and because there are some people who just like Gloria Stefani, who just literally just rips out and all of a sudden becomes this one day. But is she giving credit or at least some type of honor to the art that she's portraying? You know what I mean? Or that she's sampling with. That's the biggest thing for me. Like, if she was doing reggaeton and wasn't acknowledging where it's coming from and the people from the past that have opened the doors and things like that, then I would be like, oh, okay, you're just biting. You're just another Vanilla Ice who's just jumping onto the scene, so to speak.
Mhm.
But and that's the best example I could come up with. So
No, I was
that's
Not
the
Vanilla
article that we
Ice.
wrote, yeah, about the Colombian artist Capo. That when he was at the press release, I think media press kit in front of Osuna, Goyo, and he was like, "I'm 27 years old." I'm quoting, "I'm 27 years old, and I don't know much about Afrobeat, but I know what I feel about it," which kind of like raised a big red flag, saying, okay, do you know where this music coming from? Who are the pioneers? That's the part that people have an issue, and that's where it becomes a controversy.
I mean, I think at one point we're gonna have to turn around and figure out what are the guidelines so people can kind of figure out if they're gonna if we're gonna debate everything that somebody does from a musical perspective, then at least we need to have some kind of stepping stones or some guidelines that they clearly use. So we're not because if not, it just sounds like drama. Like it just sounds like we're just trying to create something for the sake of
Well,
like always trying to hold on to something
Hmm.
because I feel like music is one of those things where like if I was a musician and I loved music, like I would be sampling everything. I would want to make music of all
Oh, for
kinds
sure.
just because I find music to be absolutely amazing. So if I for whatever reason wake up one day and I'm like, "You know what? I just came back from Kenya. I would love to turn around and honor that." I know that's a Joey's gonna be like, "What?" But like, let's say I came back from Kenya and I was like, I really love what I heard there, and I want to turn around as long as I'm giving the proper respect, to where I heard it, who I heard it from, the country of origin. I feel like I should be able to just kind of sample that.
You explained it really well though. You said like if you woke up as a musician who really loved music, you'd want to sample different things. That's the thing. Like if you're doing a certain genre of music and you really love it and you're passionate about it, you should know its roots and like where it came from. So you should know the artists in your lane
Yeah,
that
I agree with that.
like that's I think that's the capo issue is he does not know the foundations of the music he makes, which is kind of wild to be on like an award show circuit for a genre and you don't really understand its history. And I think that's the problem that people have with it. Like it's fine to do different things and experiment. That's what artistry is. But you should be knowledgeable about it, like at the bare minimum.
Yeah,
If it's a passion, you should
Hmm.
know
the
stuff.
bare minimum, the bare.
the bare minimum, you should definitely know what the hell it is that you're like where you're singing and it came from because that's kind of insane. I want to do one last shout out right before we kind of move on from this. Unless you want to do it, Joby Lineker.
Yes, there was a great highlight. Actually, she was awarded the first time in 2022 for the Latin Grammys, and actually, this in this version, she got also three more Grammys in 2025. So representing Brazil, let's say hello and a shout out for our Brazilian listeners.
Yeah, shout out a
Hey,
big
Bless.
representation for the LGBTQ community. It's she's a trans woman,
Brazil.
so absolutely amazing. I
Nice.
love how diverse the Latin Grammys are becoming because it used to be just one way all the time, and
Mhm.
so
Oh yeah.
the regular Grammys and the Oscars should probably take note because there's just a lot more going on from an acceptance
Yep.
standpoint. And then Alex, we sent you over there pre-party, right? Like you went to the pre-party celebration for the
Yo.
Latin Grammys.
Yeah, it's a different ball game out there, especially with, like in the music industry. Like obviously, I'm not in the music industry. I'm more like in the entertainment industry. So being out there in Vegas during the Latin Grammy week, it was really fun. It was nice to see everybody, just different people from like different, like from Sony or from like Amazon, from Spotify, and like from Remezcla and all this stuff. And I'm just like, oh my god. But it's a whole different vibe out there. Because I've been to Vegas, don't get me wrong, but I've never gone out to like party, to hang out, to like to go have a few drinks or whatnot. I'm not drinking right now, but um, yeah,
He
it
lying.
was. I don't know. I
He
swear it's been
lying.
3 months. I'm going to 3 months.
He
I'm going to
thinking
three
I'm
months.
sober. He
We
Look,
thinking I'm
I'm a,
sober. Look, he's drinking
I
water.
got water
It's
over here.
clear. It doesn't say that it's water. It could be something
Look,
else.
ever since Puerto Rico, I say ya no más, ya no puedo más.
Puerto
Did
Rico
we
got
break
him.
you? Did we break
Puerto
you?
Rico, Puerto
Yeah,
Rico
Puerto
broke
Rico.
me.
Hey, Puerto Rico.
I
Puerto
love
Rico
Puerto
took a
Rico though.
toll
I
on
love
him.
Puerto Rico. But
That's
anyway, no,
crazy.
no, no. So pre-party, we went with we got invited with Concord. I believe they're a record label. Um, and so I went last week. Went literally a week ago. I went last week to Concord pre-celebration, pre-Latin Grammy celebration. It was such a vibe. There was a lot of people. I was networking, meeting people. You know me. If there's a red carpet, I'm gonna take photos. So I had to take photos. I was having some little postres, some food, some mocktails, and actually there was like two performances, two people who got nominated for Latin Grammys. So they were there, they were doing their thing, DJing. The other one was playing with the he had his flute, his instrument, a flute. And I don't know, it was just a vibe and just like the energy. It was so cool, so different, something that I'm not used to. After that, I got the chance to go to Neton Vega. He's a not sure if you guys know who he is, but I got the chance to go to his album release party. It was really cool. It was at the Live nightclub, I believe, Live or Live nightclub. Um, and then yeah, it was just a vibe the whole time. I had a lot of fun. And then I went to a
He's a
Sony
Mexican
Music
songwriter.
Activation.
I know people are sitting there
See,
like,
see,
who
see.
is that?
Oh,
Yeah, he's a
sorry.
Mexican
Yes.
songwriter.
If you guys haven't heard his album, you guys need to hear it. It's really good. I've been vibing. But yeah, it was a vibe, man. I had a lot of fun.
I saw you
Sounds
with
like
your
you had a
GQ
fun.
pics. You saw the GQ pics on Instagram? All he was missing was a scarf. Just
What?
missing the
If,
pimp scarf.
if you guys haven't seen them, go like them. Leave a comment.
That's funny.
The whole Vegas shoot.
It was.
All right, so moving on from the Latin Grammys, we'll definitely tap into that some more next week because I know there's going to be some type, especially as we get closer to the Super Bowl with Bad Bunny and all the stuff that's dealing with that. But I'm curious as to what are you watching because I'm now kind of hooked on TV now that I'm getting a little bit of a break, and I'm curious as to what else anybody else is watching. I started watching Welcome to Derry, which is that's kicking ass. Alex, what? Alexander doesn't like it.
No.
Why?
The
First of all, no
first-
spoilers. No spoilers. You can't
No
do spoilers.
spoilers.
Okay, all I'm gonna say is it reminded me of Stranger Things, and I'm like, why are you guys trying to be like Stranger Things? Be your own show. And the
You think
first
it's
20 minutes, I was
it's
like,
going for
I
that?
was like, what the heck is this? Yeah,
No, you
okay,
gotta
I'm
go.
not gonna,
You gotta
I'm not
go.
gonna say anything.
First
I'm
of all,
not gonna
keep
say
in
anything.
mind that the concept of it came out before the concept of Stranger Things.
Mhm.
So if anybody
But it was
copies
at the same
anybody,
time though. Wasn't it the
yeah,
same
but
time,
it
like
was
in the 1960s, 70s?
it starts.
From
So
what
the
I
original
from
story that they're talking about now, Welcome to Derry, is from the 50s and 60s. That was the original story. The original concept of it was in the 80s. So, or I think the 70s or 80s.
70s, yeah.
Stranger Things and the whole concept of the kids and the bikes in the 80s, that's coming from that because Stranger Things didn't come out till way later.
Later.
So if
Yeah.
somebody's copying anybody, it's Stranger Things was copying from the concept of it. But you don't like it. You didn't even get past 20 minutes. You can't even judge it. Like I don't even know.
No. I still watched the whole episode. The first 20 minutes I was kind of like, but then I was like, you know what? Let me give it the opportunity to watch the whole thing. And then I saw that episode 2's already out, and I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna watch it.
You should watch it. I think I don't know. It's a good watch. It gets a
I
little
wanted
bit.
I wanted to like it because I'm like, I grew up watching it. I was 4 or 5 years old watching the original movie,
Oh my
and I was
God.
The
here
only
for
thing
Halloween.
the only thing that throws it off for me
Pennywise.
is that the original Pennywise looks like my Tio Carlo, and
Oh
they're
my
now
God.
they're now using it. They're now using it as like we're using the new version, and so to have the new version go all the way back to the 50s and the 60s is just kind of weird. You know what I mean? Like, and so it's just kind of that threw me off. But I mean, aside from that, it's definitely it'll definitely grow on fans. Like I think if people will give it a chance on some of the episodes that have come out, it'll definitely grow on you. Saying all that, what the hell are you watching then, Alex? Like
Outside of everything else.
You know what? It's rare because I have a TV hanging right here in my room, and I just don't watch TV.
nah, but
I
you
don't
watching
watch
something.
TV. I swear. No, you know what? I was watching 911, Lone Star or 911. I know
Nashville?
there's a new series, Nashville. I have not
Yeah.
watched it, but that's like my all-time favorite. I need to catch up, but that's what I've been
So
watching.
911 is that the one that was having the meteor thing as like the
They went to space. First responders.
Oh my gosh.
They're like Fast and Furious.
What
And
is
I'm
going on?
obsessed. Like
Hey, blame
that's
the
one of my
writers.
favorite shows to like they sent Angela
Unbelievable.
Bassett to space, and it's like 10 out of 10. Like
can't.
I love everything about this. Like it's ridiculous. And they had like Mark Consuelo.
It's because is it
Consuelo-
because it's ridiculous that you like it? Like that's
Yeah,
hilarious.
it was wild. Like they had this season had like Mark Consuelo's playing like a Jeff Bezos type character where he had like his own like company where they're sending people to space, and that's how the first responders go up to space and get stuck
Oh
in
my
like
god.
a meteor shower. It's like, I
Unbelievable.
20 more seasons.
I
Like,
saw
watch it all, but
I saw the commercial to it where they were having the meteor thing and everyone was like it was like a brace for impact. I was like, oh my god, now they're gonna now they got videos or meteor that they gotta fight, like a whole
which
ass
is
thing that they
hilarious
gotta
because like what's 911 gonna do? What
yeah.
can 911 do
You
about
call
that?
911. By the way, there's meteors flying over my head. Oh, we know. Thank you.
You know,
We're not even staying here. So you might want to call your grandma or something because it's not
they
gonna
can't
happen
help
here.
you.
All right. So anybody watching Netflix? That new Selena thing is out. Anybody see it?
oh,
It was so
I
good.
went to the. I loved it. Oh my! Did you
So
like it,
good.
Evie?
Yes, I loved
It's
it.
so good. I
Yeah.
loved it too. I actually went to go watch it at the Chinese theater. There was a
Oh,
film festival going on, and I got the opportunity to go watch it in person. Suzette was there, and Chris. They did a quick Q&A. They were actually in the audience seeing it and watching it with us,
oh
and
wow.
which was beautiful because obviously beforehand, like during post op, they were probably watching it, here and there. But there's one thing that stood out to me that Chris said. He was like, "Hey, you know what? Like, it's interesting it's a good feeling to know that I'm here with you guys at the film festival, and I get the chance to sit down now, relax, and I get to watch the whole thing come together and just watch it with you guys." And there he was just like, "Oh, who's a Selena fan?" And obviously the whole room was like yelling. But yeah, it was beautiful. It was a lot of behind the scenes pictures, videos, home videos, interviews, never before seen interviews. But to me,
Never
it's a big
before
deal because
seen.
Yeah.
yeah, I've never seen anything
Never.
like that.
Yeah, they used had a lot of
Never.
like home videos and archival footage,
Oh
which
wow.
the
Hmm.
public hasn't seen before.
So I spoke to Daisy on the phone, and she was the one that was telling me that because I had said like how many of these movies and stuff are they going to make? Like, are they just going to let this woman rest? Because it just seems like every year they come out with something new. Last year was the album and the you know what I mean? Like it's I felt like they're milking it at this point. But you guys are saying it's definitely worth the
But this is
watch.
something that
Oh yeah.
this is what the Quintanilla family produced.
Yeah, that's
Because
what I
all the
heard.
other because the other Netflix series, it's someone else. It's not something the
Somebody
Quintanilla
else
family. They're
was
not
it.
associated with them.
Well, but from my
Um,
understanding, they had to get permission in order to even do that.
Yes.
It's the same
So
with
uh-huh.
J Lo. The movie that J Lo did.
yeah.
You see
The
now,
family jumped on board on that because of the fact that Hollywood was already producing their own version
yes,
of it, and
Mhm.
they were
there's
like,
yep.
so they wanted to make sure that the version that they wanted is the one that they got, and that's where and
There's
obviously we know what happened with J Lo after that and all kinds of stuff. But that's why I'm
mhm.
wondering like what's in this one. I haven't seen it yet, so
Yeah, I think the biggest difference is for me, like I'm a huge Selena fan, have been since I was a little kid. Because I was old enough to have like been alive at the same time as she was. So I like
Quack, quack, quack.
what is interesting to me is like I feel like it's the first project I've seen that humanized her. Because a lot of the time it just focuses on like, okay, she started off singing here and then she became like she was on
Yeah,
that
the
cusp of like
icon.
breaking out and all that stuff. This is very much so you see more of Selena, like the person. So you see like the home video footage
Mhm.
of her like at hotels or like in meetings and like being frustrated. You kind of see more of like what she was like versus just like this picture perfect image of like, oh no, she was a star and like she was perfect and like a more sanitized version, which like understandably happens when there's like a tragedy or someone passes. And I think those were decisions made to like secure a legacy. But now it's more like, okay, they're focusing on here's who she was as a person. This was her as like a bandmate, as a wife,
Mhm.
as a daughter, as a sister. And you hear everyone that worked with her, like her family's interviewed, Chris is interviewed, people from the band, producers.
Oh
So you
wow.
kind of hear them all talk about their journey because it is Selena y los Dinos. So it's, it wasn't just like a singular effort, they were a band.
They were a
So it
band,
kind
yeah.
of tells it's a collective story of like everyone coming together and how they made this thing happen. And like her path to stardom is because all these people and elements came together and that's what made it what it was.
That my we were flying back from we flew into San Antonio and flew back to San Antonio. Flying in, my daughter started watching the movie, the one with J Lo, and she was so addicted that she was frustrated because the flight, we landed and she was midway through the movie, and I told her, I'm like, no, this is the way this works with like these airlines is you can come back and that still movie will still be in the selection. So when she got on the plane, the first thing she did was slap on that movie to finish it out. Boy, she was in love with that movie. She was over there, and then we walked over the Selena Bridge in the Riverwalk.
Yeah.
So it was just kind of like,
Oh, nice.
But
yeah,
did you
yeah.
guys
So
feel that August Daniel actually was the one cast first before J Lo for that role?
who?
Olga Tañón.
Nah, I didn't
But
know.
at the time, she got really apprehensive, but she had the approval of Selena's dad to go for it. But then she was like, no, her English was not quite there. She was just really caught up in the moment, and then
Oh,
she
that
went
makes
to J
sense
Lo.
because it's the other way around. Selena was not
Mhm.
bilingual, so like she didn't.
Yeah,
So she got a lot of.
yeah.
So it's kind of interesting. What else was on there? I know you went to the premiere of Frankenstein
Oh my
with
God, yes, at the
That's
Guadalajara
also
Film
on there. By the way, if you're ever
Festival.
wondering, we're all talking about like right now. This is like a little Netflix series, so Netflix pay up. So you know, so
Sponsor the
Hint,
podcast. Sponsor
hint,
it.
hint. Um, but yeah, you went to the festival. What was the name of the festival?
yeah,
Se me
so
perdió.
Daisy and I, we got the chance to go to Guadalajara Film Festival 2 weeks ago. It was in downtown LA. It was kind of like a collab or partnership with like Guadalajara Film Festival or Netflix together. And there was a special screening of Frankenstein. If you guys have not seen the movie, it was amazing. We got the chance to, interview, you know, people or the composer of the film, Alexandre Desplat. I'm sorry, I'm like butchering his last
You're
name,
gonna butcher the name.
but he was there, and I
All right,
just
so
think
we're
it's
not
really
gonna get
cool.
paid anymore because
No, pay us. But no, it was a really good movie. Have you guys seen the movie?
I loved
I've
it. And
seen it. So here's the thing.
Uh,
I am going to give a little bit of a spoiler to that. So
but there's been a lot of buzz.
if anybody's watched hasn't watched the movie, turn the
Muted.
volume down or whatever. Here's the thing. I love Guillermo del Toro's creativity. You know, I loved him when he did Pinocchio, and I just love the new concepts that he throws on there. I wasn't vibing in this whole like humanizing Frankenstein. Like I'm
Really,
just not a
really.
fan of that. I just don't see the purpose of trying to give Frankenstein a poetic look to life.
It
Because
was a
there are
little
some things
gruesome.
that took away, like there's some things that got taken away from this movie that I was expecting that just didn't happen. And like
like,
the small fight scenes don't do it for me when it comes to what I envision of Frankenstein, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? But I can understand where he may win awards for this and so forth. I said the same thing with different Oscar movies that happened last year. So I can understand that because the creativity is amazing in it. But I'm just
Mhm.
like I'm a big like classic monster fan,
Hmm,
and that Frankenstein just didn't do it for me.
hmm.
yeah. But it's not a monster movie. And I think it's more true to like the literature where the creature is not it's the creature. He's not the monster.
Mhm.
It's Victor Frankenstein that is.
Victor.
And
No,
Yeah.
and
it's
that's portrayed in
yeah,
every movie. I think
yeah,
in
but
every
like I
movie
think
you get
compared
that.
to classic monsters like that, it's more of made for like a horror side. I think Guillermo focused more on like the messaging of like if you bring something into this world, it's your responsibility
Yeah,
to
I get
nurture
that.
it and make sure that like you do like a decent job at it.
I
And
get
versus
that. You
yeah,
can see that because the guy transitions from hating his dad to towards the end kind of emulating him. So there's subjects to that. I don't know. I liked it. Don't get me wrong. I just couldn't vibe with it when it comes to like my version of a Frankenstein type deal. You know what I mean? But I mean, I don't know. I'm curious as to what like you guys thought. I don't know if whoever else saw it, what you thought. I mean, Alex, you were there. You saw it in this beautiful ass theater. Like, what did you
A-
think?
And just to know, fun fact from what I heard, that it's haunted in that theater because it's like almost over 100 years old, almost 100 years old.
Wow.
So I was just like, ooh, spooky, and it's a great place to host that movie. Frankenstein
It
in a
is. It
haunted
looked
theater.
like, yeah.
Why
I mean, it
not?
looked like that was
It's
the perfect spot for that.
like very gothic too. So, but no, I liked it. It's just funny enough. I've never seen like the original like classic Frankenstein movie. So
I
for me,
never
it,
seen it.
it was it was really interesting to just to see Guillermo del Toro's work. I love his movies, so just being there, it was so
Yeah, it
cool,
was
man.
definitely
I
a
don't want to
Guillermo
spoil
del
anything
Toro
though.
movie. It was definitely a
Oh yeah,
Guillermo
for
del Toro
sure.
movie. Like that, he had like he's a very creative director. So like when you see
Hmm.
him even redo stuff, he wants to make sure he lives or leaves his mark on it,
Hmm.
and
Oh
he's
yeah,
definitely
for sure.
doing that with this movie.
Yeah.
Definitely doing that with
Yeah.
this movie.
I do want to say like a special shout out to whoever the costume designer was for that
Oh,
film.
phenomenal!
There's so many little details that you don't
Yeah.
even notice and like the thought put into it. Like I know Elizabeth has this like green dress. If you look at the back, it has like a spine and it mimics Frankenstein's. And then like her white
Oh.
dress obviously has the bandages, like a nod to the Bride of
Yeah,
Frankenstein. They're just like
Hmm.
little details that are so well thought out and like just like the creative like little choices they made were just so like amazing to watch like play out on screen.
if you haven't seen it yet, definitely a watch. It's a good Friday night, Saturday night. If it's like you want to sit there, you get your hot cocoa, get your bucket of popcorn,
And it's raining if you're
and
in
it's raining.
LA,
Yeah,
you
like if it's
know.
if it's a dark day, like it has been the last couple of days, like yeah, you definitely want to sit down and watch it because it's a unique, like it's definitely a unique translation of what you're normally used to seeing for Frankenstein. Now, yo, you saw Gabriel, right? Juan Gabriel's Netflix.
I did, I did. It was really interesting. It also had a lot. Well, foremost, make sure that you have a Kleenex box because it is very, very emotional. Because actually, his sons gave their testimony in it. Um, so Laura also, a couple of people came through for him. Olga also everybody speak up, but this is something that he literally prepared for us, for his audience, and he's like, these are the archives that I left for you guys to know the man behind the stage, like his personal life, his life as a father, as a friend, as a brother, as a son, and his need about explaining his own loneliness. Because if you really listen to some of the lyrics of his songs, he talks about it. And we unfortunately also learned that he had a situation where he was abused by a priest, which he never ever had said it publicly, but he would explain you, and also he would explain also that relationship that he had with his mom, and the short period that I don't want to give more, but he really broke it down for us. But it's I watched it twice, so that means it's 4 episodes. I liked it. I was so enchanted, and they remind me all those songs that he really created, and I'm like, there's even songs that I didn't know that he actually written and composed them. I was like, wow.
Anybody else? I haven't had a chance to see that one. I've been kind of going into the whole Halloween thing.
Yeah, no, no, me either. I haven't had the opportunity to watch it. I know that at Guadalajara Film Festival they were hosting it or hosting a screening
Oh
at
wow.
Milagro Cinema in Norwalk. So I haven't had the chance to see it. I know some of my family members and friends have seen it, and they're telling me to watch it. So I'll probably
Highly
take the
recommend it.
opportunity either tomorrow or sometime this weekend to watch it.
Definitely, if you haven't seen it, guys, ladies and gents, just make sure that you guys take a. Now you have like three different things that you could turn around and take a look at. You
Hmm.
got all on Netflix. So Selena, you got the Juan Gabriel, you got
Good stuff.
Frankenstein, and then don't forget to tune over to Prime, where you get to watch it.
Oh, también.
Because no, because Alex was shitting on it, so we're just gonna now turn.
Yeah, you guys watched it.
It's good. I like it. I like it. It's pretty good. Um, how are you guys celebrating Thanksgiving? I mean, this is literally next week. So Alex, how are you
You
how are
see,
you
no,
shouting it
I
out?
I, I want to know how are you guys celebrating Thanksgiving? And the only reason why I bring it up because again, yeah, it's coming up. It's around the corner. It's already next week. Do you guys normally celebrate with like traditional American food, which is like turkey, ham, stuffing, corn, mashed potatoes, and all that good stuff, or do you guys have like pasteles, croquetas, pozole, menudo, or I don't know, carne asada? Like, how do you guys celebrate? I'm
We're
interested.
gonna let's go in order. Well, Evie, go ahead. You're Puerto Rican, so Evie and I are Puerto Rican. And then you got Yobi, who's Panamanian, and then you're Mexican. And I'm Puerto Rican, Dominican. So technically, I'll switch out the Puerto Rican and go into the Dominican side, and then we got four different nationalities right there. So Evie,
You'll
you
decide
first,
to switch just for a second.
just for a second, you know. So Evie, how are you doing it?
So I'll be celebrating it with my family. What we do like turkey, but it's not like regular stuffing. The stuffing is mofongo. So
Oh wow,
and there
Oh,
will be like
that's a twist.
yeah, it's delicious. I'm not gonna lie, I will eat like plates of stuffing. And then it'll be like arroz con gandules. There will be like mashed potatoes and like sweet potato casseroles, but there'll also be like pernil, a lot of that stuff. For me, I do the baking. So my family usually requests for me to make are two things. So I do Chrissy Teigen's banana bread, and then I make
Nice,
coquito
Nice.
cupcakes. So like coquito cupcakes are like the number one thing that people
Coquito
ask me to make.
cupcakes.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
that sounds
Chrissy Teigen, the banana
interesting.
bread is something. It's very popular. And she has like, they should have like a social media having people like delivering bananas for her one time.
Yes. I remember that. Like she needed bananas to make a banana bread and she just like she didn't have like ripe ones. And so she like went on Twitter and was like, if anybody has like 6 ripe bananas, like I'll pay you and like give you like something that John autographed. And she sent her assistant and somebody gave her the bananas so she could make like a banana.
She
Oh my
did. It was,
god.
That's insane.
Yeah. But I
I
know
mean,
that banana was worth it.
mine's kind of traditional. Like I've always kept it. You see all the things that you were mentioning, Alex. Like I do for like New Year's and maybe Christmas. So like for Thanksgiving, it's always been my mom was always like cooking the turkey with the stuffing, and
Okay.
sometimes my family would do the ham with arroz con gandules and so forth. For like Christmas, we do all the other stuff like arroz con gandules, the el jamón or el pernil, things like that. But yeah, we're pretty traditional. This year, we're not celebrating it on Thanksgiving. We're celebrating it the day after, just because that's the day that everybody could meet. And I don't know what it is. As like my kids get older, and we're kind of all on different sides. Like Thanksgiving, and even just nationwide, Thanksgiving seems to be something everybody's just kind of like jumping over to go straight to Christmas. I'm not sure. Like it was really big when I was growing up, Thanksgiving, but now it's like it's a stepping stone. It's like the meal you have before celebrating Christmas. That's the way. That's the way. Maybe it's because people understand the history now, so it's a little different. You know what I
I
mean?
think
But
Yeah,
maybe there's a
probably.
twist. People are doing Friendsgiving too, like another way to gather
yes,
with friends that they haven't seen or family,
we
or
just did a
people that
Friendsgiving. We just had
Friendsgiving.
my son, his girlfriend had a Friendsgiving with a bunch of coworkers and stuff like that. It was, just tables, kind of potlucky, so to speak.
Oh, nice.
So
Nice.
so yeah. Joby, what are you doing on
I'm gonna go
Thanksgiving?
with you. We're pretty traditional, really, and we do the like things that people don't have in a while. We leave it for Christmas or for New Year's. Like okay, then maybe you want a whole layout of seafood, something that you don't have usually all the time. But when it comes to Thanksgiving, it's turkey. It's really turkey. Maybe sometimes the honey ham, maybe, but very much turkey.
Yeah. How about you, Alex?
Yeah, so like in my family, normally we'll have the traditional, uh, again, turkey, ham, stuffing, corn, mashed potatoes, pumpkin pie, and all that stuff. But also we will bring in like tamales, champurrado, ponche. We'll do
Wow.
tortas ahogadas, and it's honestly just like a potluck. Everybody brings different types of dishes, and we all feast, we eat, So it's a mixture of all that, and
We got to
we
turn
do
around and
the
do a
same.
Todo Wafi one. Just
We do the same thing for Christmas, and yeah, by New Year's we're like, okay, we're done. Like, no, ya no más, ya no
yeah, you
puedo.
guys have you guys have that whole like let's do the tamales as a family type deal for Christmas,
Yep,
and like they're lined up.
Oh,
and you
In
can't
our
forget the
in our
tequila.
families, we're not allowed in the kitchen. Like if you go in the kitchen when somebody else is cooking, you're gonna get your
Oh
ass
yeah,
whooped. Like they
yep.
know nobody wants you in there. Like it's just your aunt's gonna
what?
scream at you. They're gonna kick you out. They don't want
Yep.
nobody near the kitchen when they're cooking.
No, that's
So
true.
unless
That's
it's
true.
like whoever they selected that year
They're the
to
Oh
chosen
be
few.
wow,
yeah the chosen
so
one.
strict.
Normally some daughter that was forced to slave herself for that one Christmas, because it's never the son. The son is sitting now. He's just testing stuff. It's just kind of weird. I think my son was actually My mother made him cook with her that one time. But yeah, I mean, for the most part, pretty traditional. We don't really kind of go out of the bound. Now my middle daughter may make like a whole bunch of different dishes to kind of surround it. But aside from that, yeah, we do the mashed potatoes, the corn, the stuffing, the cornbread. The only thing
Cranberry
I
sauce.
oh yeah, I was just about to tell you that's the only thing I can't stand is the cranberry
I
sauce.
used to.
Yeah, no, cranberry sauce
Really?
was invented by the devil. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my god.
I don't know what it's there for. Supposedly, it's there to complement the turkey. You guys can comment below if you're cranberry sauce people or not. I'm a big gravy person, so I will drown that shit in gravy.
Yeah,
But
me too.
yeah, like cranberry sauce. We always buy it and we always put it in a like a little thing for people to eat, and
Okay.
it's always the thing that's left. Nobody eats that shit.
Oh,
I had
so
some
this
breakfast
is
the
the
next day.
cranberry.
Some pancakes.
All right, loose. Loose. Evie, you have some fun fact
Yes.
in sports.
Yes.
What do we got?
So Yamamoto has adopted a dog named Carlos, and he introduced him on social media and calls him Mi Carlitos. And he takes the
Micalitos.
dog everywhere. And I
That's so
love that it's a
cute.
shelter dog, and like the shelter
Oh,
named him Carlos. But the idea that like a shelter saw a dog and was like, "You look like a Carlos," and named him Carlos,
And you named him Carlos.
and now he's Yamamoto's dog. And I'm sorry, he's Latino. He got a Latino dog. I'm calling it. We're
Hey,
claiming.
that's the way. Look, that's the way it works.
that's
My daughter
it.
has a golden retriever. He's Mexican. He was born in Oxnard, so definitely. And then we have Esther. We don't know what she is, but she's Latina now, and she
Yeah.
crazy, so you know she Latina. And
For
then
sure then.
my other daughter just adopted Harvey, who is this cute little puppy. I don't know the mix of it, but look, if you're gonna get a dog, there's a ton of them in the shelters. Please, look up whatever shelter it is that's near your area and adopt a dog because that would be amazing. And for those of you who are sports illiterate, Yamamoto is the MVP of the World Series. That brother put it on. Absolute dominant pitching for literally led the Dodgers to that World Series. And just to have somebody, I think he's Japanese, right? He's Japanese descent.
Yes.
Yeah.
To turn her have Mikalito. That's kind of
Micalito.
cute.
Yes.
Really
And he's
cute.
like obsessed with the dog. You see pictures of him like carrying him, like that's his homie.
I mean, hey, we got to get a picture of that. We'll definitely put a picture of that on the website or post it up on Todo Wafi. But everybody, thank you for joining us. This is the first one of what we're going to be doing weekly. We're going to be streaming live every Wednesday. We haven't even figured out what we're going to call this yet. I think it's probably just going to be like Todo Wafi Live or Todo Wafi Weekly. I don't know. Maybe you guys can
Todo
comment
Wafi
below
Live.
on what it should be on there. Todo Wafi Weekly sounds right, just because it's like
Oh.
we're going to do it weekly, so to
True.
speak.
Put a poll so they can vote.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, like in the comments below, what should be the name of what we're doing every week? We're going to be live streaming it, so you'll be able to participate in it sooner or later. There's going to be a chat available for you to be able to talk into it. But I hope you had some fun. And again, follow us at Todo Wafi on all different platforms. We're on Facebook, LinkedIn. I don't know why we even have LinkedIn, but Instagram, TikTok, you name it, we got it. On YouTube, it's YouTube/, Todo Wafi. So thank you everybody for your support. Have yourself a great week.